All right, for those of you that don't know what I'm doing, my name's Tom Cheney. I am a 2:15 marathoner, and I'm training for another marathon, And so I am running the Grandma's Marathon in Duluth, Minnesota. And so you ask, Haptamu, what is your journey? What is your story about when it comes to the marathon? Well, I've ran a total of 3 marathons, I believe. Yeah, I ran 3 marathons and I finished 2. And so the goal here is to combine everything that I've learned from the marathon number 1, marathon number 2, and DNF number 3.
I got him max pumping. I got him max pumping. I got him max pumping. I got him with the pump. I got him max pumping. I got him max pumping.
Every marathon that I've ran, I've hit the wall. I've hit the wall in different phases, in different parts of the race. And this one, I want to be able to figure out what went wrong in other places. It's whether being inexperienced for the distance, inexperienced in fueling, inexperienced just being inexperienced. So this week, we're going to focus on running 100 miles a week, right? I live and train in Provo, Utah. And so I train in 6-day cycles. For those of you that don't know, a lot of the people here in the state of Utah are part of the LDS community. And so they don't run on Sundays. And so I train with them. And so I try to adapt their training philosophy. When the number 1 and number 2 ranked American marathoners are in the state of Utah, it's kind of hard not to believe in the training, not to believe in the philosophy. And so this build, I want to trust the coach's training. I want to trust everything that he tells them and focus. I want to believe and do everything I'm told. The last build, I was doing my own thing here and there. I would add some workouts of my own. I would do some I was not following the training specifically to the way it was meant to be. This build, I think I want to focus on that. I want to focus on getting high volume, quality workouts in 6 days and just resting on Sundays and maybe go for a walk, maybe just do fun stuff on Sundays. Not focus on running, just shut my mind off from running on Sundays.
All right, let's get on schedule. And I'm going to be transparent as possible. After I recorded that intro video, I actually didn't record anything else for the rest of the week, but lucky for us, we're very fortunate to have a local YouTuber, a local celebrity, in the name of Clayton Young. And that ended up being one of the weeks that he was recording the week of Boston. And so we got lucky. But yeah, so we'll have clips stolen from Clayton, courtesy of Clayton. Thank you very much. But let's get into the week of training. This is my first of probably 10, maybe 8 of 100 plus miles a week. This took me a long time to get here. This is not just, I've never ran 100 miles a week before. Every build I've done, I've increased mileage a little bit. This build, I'm probably not necessarily gonna increase mileage. The most I ever ran in a single week is 115 miles when I was building for the US Olympic trials, but that was done in 7 days. Now I'm a 6-day man. And so yeah, everything I'm doing now until June 21st is gonna be in a 6-day cycle, because the race is also on Saturday. So yeah, lucky enough, it's gonna be a 6-day cycle. And so let's begin. Mondays, I don't really feel the greatest on every Monday because it is coming off of a Sunday where I don't do anything. I'm 99% of the time, I'm a couch potato on Sundays. I get some work done, go to church, depending on the Sunday. I try to be a little active. Lately, I've been going for easy 20-30 minute hikes just to get the legs moving because I don't feel the greatest going into a Monday. And so yeah, Monday morning, I ran 12.28 miles at 6 minutes and 43 seconds minute per mile average. Main reason that pace is a little fast is because when you run with the fastest 2 American marathoners in the US, sometimes you end up running a little faster on your doubles. On your first run. On my double, I ended up running 4 miles that evening where I averaged 7:19 minute per mile average. I'm an old man these days, and so it takes me a little bit of a while to get going. And so the first mile was probably 8 minutes, and the last mile was probably 7 minutes by the end of it. And so yeah, that day was a 16.2 something mile day. And so yeah, on my easy days, I try to do anywhere between 15 and 16 miles. But I'm only running 100 now. But when I get up higher, the easy days are gonna be 16, 17. And then the workout days are gonna be a little higher volume as well. Yeah, and then Tuesday is our workout days. Every Tuesday we have a workout. Workouts are Tuesdays, Thursdays. And so for this scenario, today is a Tuesday. And we had a workout. Today's workout was a track workout. It was 10 times a K.
And then, so we'll run counterclockwise on the first one, and then we'll turn around and run clockwise on the second. We'll just alternate back and forth, okay? Just save your knees a little bit.
Going into this workout, I was a little nervous because I haven't done shorter reps in a while. And I'm coming off of a couple of weeks of just feeling sluggish, feeling off a little bit, and I haven't been myself for a while, and workouts haven't been going great. And so yeah, today the goal was to get a good field workout, trying to run 4:48 pace. That's about 3 flat per K. And so yeah, coming to this workout, I had the mindset of I'll probably no faster than 255, no slower than 3 flat. And so yeah, the first rep,
Okay, first group ready.
yeah,
go.
the first rep was fast. The workout was 12 times a K. For me, it was gonna be 10 just because I'm such an early phase in my build for my marathon. I'm like, what, I think 12, maybe 11 and a half weeks out from my marathon. And so yeah, I was probably planning on doing 10 from the start. And so yeah, we opened up the first K in 2:49, and I'm like, that stung a little bit, but I can probably keep sticking my nose into it because I was only like a couple seconds off Connor and Clayton. And so I'm like, I'll just stick with this pace. Second rep, 2:49. Third rep, 2:46. Fourth rep, 2:48. Fifth rep, 2:46. After this, I realized I was running a little faster than I should, and I felt like I wasn't recovering, because the recovery was 60 seconds, you know? And so 60 seconds is not a lot of time to get your breath back completely, you know? And so yeah, I went a little bit downhill. I went 250 on the next one, 250 on the next one, 256, and after that one I took a break, catch my breath, and I did a rep by myself, ran 259, and then the last rep I'm like, you know, man, you only live once. And so I just hopped in with Connor and Clayton on their 12th rep, on my 10th rep, and ran 241.
Here we go. Ready, go. Last one. 37. 42. 44. Well done, well done. Hey, Hobbs. Nice job. Way to dig down on that.
Closing it out fast. Was a smart idea? Probably not, but it was a feel-good workout. And so I ended up averaging 249.4 per K for 10 times a K. The first 8 were realistically off of 60-second rest. The next 2 are about 90 to 2 minutes. And so yeah, that was a good workout, a little bit of confidence booster, even though I didn't do the full workout at 60-second rest, but it was a little bit of confidence booster for where I was coming from, you know? Next, double. I doubled with a buddy later that day, ended up running 5.24 miles at 6:53 minute per mile average, 19 miles. So it was a 19-mile day on Tuesday. Now we're on Wednesday. Wednesday I was feeling a little tired, and I was like, I'm gonna do the bare minimum of double digits, and so I only ran 10 miles, ended up running 7 minute per mile average. The first mile was pretty slow, and then from there we're clipping a little bit. I was still feeling tired, but I didn't know if I could have gone 12, and so I just didn't. And so yeah, in the evening I ended up doubling 4 miles to get to 14 for the day, average 7:42 minute per mile. Very slow, very sluggish. I felt awful, but gotta get the legs moving. Just motion is lotion, you know. That's because I had to work out the next day. I can't really be down bad more than 24 hours, and so yeah. Next day the workout is 3 times 3 miles, marathon pace, and trying to get faster from there, off of 3-minute rest. And so yeah, for these kind of workouts, I want to focus on is getting the volume in. That was what I told myself this build is I need to focus on is getting the volume in. Whatever the workout is, like the longer marathon-esque stuff, I'm focused on trying to get the volume in. I think the volume is like one of the most important parts, whether that is if I slow down to like 505, 510s, I feel like being at altitude, I still get the benefits, you know? And so yeah, these kind of workouts, I was like, it's okay sometimes if I'm not feeling good, get the volume in. Coach gave me the paces of range I should shoot for. It's anywhere between 4:55 and 5 flats.
More like 450, 455 on this. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's have a good one, guys.
That's the marathon pace that I feel like I could realistically run if I had a perfect day. And so yeah, we shot for that. The first rep I ran 14:46 3-miler, which is 4:55 average. And then from there, I felt like that was a little too hot, and so I slowed back down a little bit. I ran 5 flats for the next one, ended up running 15 flat, and it's just, legs were cooked. Like I was ready to be done there, but I'm just like, I told myself like, no, like you gotta get one more done. And so I slowed down, took a break, and did a rep with Kira. Kira was running 5:20s, and so I ended up running 15:51, slowing down by a little bit and running with Kira. Let me get the volume in and helped her pace her workout too. So she needed a little bit of boost, and so that was the first rep. She broke 16, and I felt good about myself, you know, helping somebody out. And later that evening, there was like a whether warning or something. There was like 40-mile-an-hour gust winds, you know? And so yeah, I didn't want to go outside. And so yeah, I ran 4 miles on the treadmill. My watch doesn't do a very good job for some reason on indoor mode or track mode or whatever mode I had it on. But I ended up, my watch only said 3.5 miles. And so yeah, but I ran 4. And so yeah, in reality, you guys are gonna realize I ran more than 100 miles this week. I ran like 102, but I don't know if I'm too lazy or my Strava followers won't believe it if I manually entered half a mile every time my watch glitches. Because right now we're about 1.5 miles of glitching. Just saying. All right, next day is Friday. Fridays are my lightest days in terms of mileage, besides Sunday, because Sundays I don't really do anything, you know? So yeah, they're the lightest day because I don't like to go more than probably between 12 and 14. Because I think I make up for it on Saturday, because Saturday is gonna be such a big, long run, volume workout that I split my run into 2. Clayton was doubling. Clayton was doing 10 and 6. He was pretty big, heavy in his marathon training. And so I was like, hey, I'll double with you in the afternoon. We go to this track meet and watch this track meet and I'll double with you. So I ran 6 in the morning, I ran 6 in the afternoon. In the morning, I ran 6 at 7:33 minute per mile average. In the afternoon, I ran 6 at 7:22 minute per mile average. And so, yeah, it was pretty chill day. Getting ready for the long run group, you know? This long run group, we had a lot of people show up because we have a lot of people train for Boston, which gives me a lot of FOMO, you know? Yeah, so Saturdays in Utah are like a gem.
All right. Let's go.
I ended up running 20 miles. I had no pickup. I had no workout in this long run. And so I ended up running 20 miles at 5:48 minute per mile average. It was good. It allowed me to practice one of the things that I want to emphasize in this build, and that is fueling. We're lucky and fortunate enough to have Todd, who drives next to us, in this 5.8 mile loop we do, like this like a hilly route that we do, that he drives next to us and knows where the 3 mile marker is, the 6 mile marker is, and we just repeat that over and over. And so he hands us bottles. In this build, my focus is to be able to handle my nutrition, because every race that I've gone in, my biggest fear isn't really the mileage or being able to run 26.2 miles at my race pace. I fear the nutrition. I fear that I don't have the best fueling strategy for me. I've been picking Connor and Clayton's brains about what they do in their marathons, and they both do 2 different things. And so it's nice knowing that 2 of the best American marathoners do 2 different things. They take the same product, but they do 2 different things. And so Connor has trained his gut to be able to handle taking in the carbohydrates, a drink mix that he takes every 3 miles, because that's how often we're given during a race. And then Clayton takes drink mix and a combination of gels. And so this build, I want to be able to train my guts to be able to handle a combination of probably either drink and gel or probably all drink, you know? So yeah, I want to work on that weakness. That's probably my biggest weakness when it comes to this whole marathon thing. And I would love to figure out this race. I think for the last 3 races, my weakness has been my fueling. My debut marathon, I was new to the whole fueling thing. And so I had a massive side stitch, multiple of them. And it's hard to run when you have a side stitch, you know? And so yeah, that was the first one. The second one, I think I was so scared for my first one that I underfueled on my second one. Still ran a PR, but I underfueled where I bonked the last 4 miles. I was running 4:55 minute per mile average for about 22 miles, and I bonked the last 4. Ended up running like 6:30s and ended up running 2:15 that day. And then on my third one, I missed some bottles and I tried to overcompensate for that and took more fuel in the next bottles. And I ended up barfing. I'm out 18 and kept going for about a little bit, and I couldn't keep down anything. And so yeah, my third marathon, I didn't DNF'd because I just couldn't hold down any liquids. And so on the fourth one, I would love to figure it out. I think if I can figure out the whole fueling situation, I think this could be a life-changing race, a life-changing like moment, you know, especially in Duluth. I've been to Duluth before. It was my first like pro post-collegiate race that I did, trying to hit the Olympic trial standard in the marathon, but using a half marathon where I ran 63:19, and it was fun. I love the city of Duluth. It's a little hard to get there, but I love it there. So yeah, I'm excited. Can't wait to go there. But yeah, make sure to do these 3 most important things: like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully sooner than later, hopefully sooner. I said that last time and I ended up being later. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. Let me know what kind of video I should make next. Type it down below.